Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I thank the Honorable Thomas Tunumbuna for this important question on the challenges facing Fiji's tourism sector and how we can better align these realities with the strategies. Mr. Speaker, sir, Fiji's tourism industry, while a key driver of economic growth, faces several challenges that directly impact our ability to grow and sustain the industry. And these range from matters such as geopolitics and climate impacts to community empowerment and litter problems. This is the nature of tourism. If you aren't growing enough at home, it impacts tourism. If infrastructure lacks, it impacts tourism. If there is crime or health threats, it impacts tourism. So there are many challenges that inhibit our sustainability journey. I would like to share a few. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have shared this several times. There are only 4 out of Fiji's 14 provinces currently receive the full benefits of tourism. And these 4 provinces, Honorable Speaker, drive the 40% contribution to GDP. Imagine if other provinces, too, have the opportunity to contribute. Honorable Speaker, tourism to me, we are so good at it. We do it very well. We are the leader in the Pacific, and relative to other destinations, Fiji does extremely well in tourism. I always liken it to our Savannah side. You know, we are a small country. We play against some of the big boys in the world, but we won 2 gold medals because we do sevens is something that we are passionate with sevens, and we do it well. Similarly with tourism, Honorable Speaker. The idea is not to move tourism from traditional areas to other regions, but to grow the tourism pie to empower them to generate social, economic benefits from tourism too. We need to seriously look at this because dispersing tourism, especially in rural areas, has the potential to firstly mitigate the rural to urban drift, and secondly, to ease infrastructural and utility pressure we are already seeing. I continue to highlight this, Honorable Speaker. If there is an industry that can hold back our people from migrating to the cities, tourism would be number 1 in that area. Mr. Speaker, sir, aging and inadequate infrastructure is one of the key limitations to sustainable tourism development, from airports and roads to seawards and water. This is a limitation not only to tourism, but for our economic development. Just a few days ago, the Honorable Minister of Finance had shared that we need about $8 billion to fix sewage and water throughout the country. Tourism operations place high demands on water, energy, and other natural resources, sometimes leading to conflicts with the local needs. The challenge is also not just to build infrastructure, but to ensure it's climate resilient so that we don't fork out money for repairs after every natural disaster that we know and expect. This comes at an even greater cost. Mr. Speaker, sir, it would be remiss of me if I don't mention one of our greatest threats as a small island developing states, the impacts of climate change. Rising sea levels, growing intensity of extreme weather events, coral reef degradation pose a direct threat to the natural attractions that form the foundation of Fiji's tourism appeal. Without proactive measures, these environmental changes could undermine the long-term viability of our tourism sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, another common challenge we face is unlocking the full potential of the private sector in having an enabling environment. Right now, much of the tourism operations are covered under the Hotel and Guest Houses Act of 1973, which only looks at accommodation. The legislation from the 70s is not adequate. Across the board, Mr. Speaker, sir, government is placing strong emphasis on empowering resource owners and advocating for more indigenous-led and owned businesses. One of the key challenges we have seen is the lack of financial literacy or discipline at grassroots levels. For example, Honorable Speaker, some of the greatest expense is the Christmas payout to the villages. You may relate to this, we can relate to this, Honorable Speaker, when there's a village business, come Christmas, they all share the proceeds. Starting from January 1, there's nothing in the kitty. So this is something that we notice with the MSMEs that we are supporting, Honorable Speakers. While there are social cultural structures that determine this, we need to inculcate a culture of savings and financial prudence so that businesses aren't just surviving but growing. It's very hard convincing our people that all these big businesses started from scratch. They were small and they grew gradually. Mr. Speaker said there are many other challenges, as I mentioned, such as training and upskilling, and diversifying our product offering and tourism markets in order to be resilient and sustainable. To address these challenges, the government, in partnership with industry stakeholders, is implementing targeted strategies under the National Sustainable Tourism Framework 2024-2034, as well as the National Development Plan 2025-2029. The NSTF is a high-level framework that aims to provide a roadmap to revitalize and enhance the Fijian tourism industry's competitive positioning and to anticipate the future needs. The 4 areas are prosperous visitor economy, thriving and inclusive communities, visible and valued cultures, healthy islands and oceans. Mr. Speaker, sir, the NSTF is accompanied by a 3-year action plan, which is in line with the NDP. We have specifically designed the action plan to be a living document that upon its review can be adjusted to meet present and future challenges. The good news is, most if not all these challenges didn't happen overnight. They have existed, and the focus now should be on addressing them. The NDP implementation plan provides a review mechanism to allow us to refocus our priorities and budget, such as in the event of another pandemic. Mr. Speaker, sir, by continuing to align our policies and industry practices with the NSTF, we ensure that tourism remains a sustainable and inclusive force for Fiji's future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.